Ever since I was a child, I've always wanted to be in the military. I wanted to be a lifer. Everything was on track until like the last 8 months of my contract. It started just having a real tightness in my chest, and then a couple of times I collapsed from lack of oxygen.
He had a lot of testing done. He had multiple asthma attacks at work where he had to be rushed to the emergency room.
They diagnosed me with moderate asthma. They decided I'd be medically retired.
It meant the world to him, but unfortunately that got cut short.
It took some time for us to just try and accept it and move on.
We chose coming back to Wisconsin to be closer to friends and family.
That's actually where we met in high school. Became high school sweethearts at sophomore year.
The first thing we started doing was looking for houses, so we got a realtor.
It was actually our 18th house we looked at, but it was like, oh, we don't know if this is gonna be our house. And we walked in and everything was what we wanted. It was awesome. We planned on living in our North Carolina home until we were ready to close. Well, since the VA inspection didn't work out, I had to come up early and I was living out of my vehicle. But once Kendra came up with the dogs and the reptiles, we had a lot of beating hearts and living out of a vehicle. Once we got the inspection passed, everything was perfectly fine until about like a week before the closing date. We didn't have the finalized seal on our disability percentage, and they couldn't have pushed forward anymore without that exact paper. I went and did everything I possibly could, but nothing seemed to be working.
We tried to stay positive for a long time, but after a while it was hard.
So Dalton showed up on our doorstep asking for help in finding his benefit letter. He had exhausted all means, met with 2 senators, numerous agencies all through the state, driving all over Wisconsin.
We were greeted by Noah walking in, and he said he'd take care of us.
The biggest thing that sets us apart is our perseverance. We don't take no for an answer, no matter what it is. We will make 100 phone calls a day in order to ensure that the veteran needs are met.
I wasn't sure what he could have done anyway, because we tried everything, even going to a congressman.
So an advantage of what we do is we're able to cut through the red tape by calling directly to the source. We don't deal with the certain bureaucracy or the politics that come in helping veterans.
They actually put us up in a hotel for a couple nights. They gave us a gas gift card and a food gift card.
We got in there, we got helped almost immediately. We started doing a bunch of paperwork. They had contacts. They gave us a couple of numbers we can call to try and push things forward.
So our network expands across 70 different agencies, including Wisconsin Department of Veterans Affairs, the VA itself, Center for Veterans Issues.
After the VetsNet started helping us out, there was just such a big weight lifted off our shoulders.
We were out of options, and Noah just gave us hope.
And we were able to give them hope because we could pinpoint that the letter was sitting in Rhode Island, which nobody could answer at any agency. The next day, by 8 a.m., they had their benefit letter.
And they approved it. Then the next day, we typed up the contract, signed the final paperwork, and we were able to move into our forever home. That was such a relief. 100 pounds off your back. It was awesome.
The Wisconsin Veterans Network has helped us completely. Like, without them, I know that we would not have gotten this house. Our life would have been so much harder.
Such an awesome feeling, trying to be able to walk into your own home after all the work that you did and everybody else did for you.
The end result is to solve the veterans problem, regardless of what it is, whether it's a benefit letter, homelessness, food. Our end goal is to solve that problem to ensure the veteran leaves with a smile and is happy, and they give them hope again.